Relegation on the line. The Charing Stags are at Tonbury Park in Southandrews. The Southandrews Rams having the third worst record in the top tier of baseball, looking to remain in the top tier, one of the most historic franchises in Swiss baseball. They are facing off against the Charing Stags, who just 2 years ago won their fourth title over the Briarwood Generals. Last year, they were plagued with injuries. A lot of close games that did not go their way. They ended up being relegated in this exact spot. They are looking to get their place back and return to a championship that was just not that long ago. Stags, Rams, live, Tonbury Park in Southandrews. Verlander on the mound for the Rams delivers a second pitch, another strike to Michael Harris II. This has been a promising Charing team. Obviously, not quite as promising as Walderville, but a great hit there by Michael Harris. And Lake Lorne ended up winning the title as well. So Lake Lorne and Walderville are already promoted. Charing hoping to join them next year in the top tier. Southandrews looking to stay up. Already relegated were the Lancaster Fishers and the Shrive Warriors, so they will head to Tier 2 next year. And the final places in either tier, obviously, will come as a result of this one. Bobby Witt Jr. takes a low slider in the corner. It's 1-1 now with a man on first. Verlander 5 pitches. The delivery. Down the middle, pop fly. He was underneath that with the swing. It goes to shallow center. Will be picked up easily there as Witt will fly out to center field. And that'll bring up Austin Riley. 273 batting average. This team's been hitting well this year. Runs have not come as easily. That's why they find themselves in third place in Tier 2. But the bats have been flying. Verlander, man on first, one out. Delivers high, foul away down the first base line for Austin Riley. Great curveball there. Gets him looking. He'll take that in for strike 2. The 0-2. Another high pitch fouled away down the first base side into the upper deck there. Pitch from Verlander. Low outside. Gets him swinging, and 2 are away with 10 pitches for Justin Verlander. That'll bring up the fourth man in the order, Matt Olson. Batting .240 on the year. He has a man on first. 2 outs. Low and outside again, this time to a left-handed batter. Verlander again ahead, 0-1 in the count. Checks the runner at first. The pitch outside. And a pitch out. But nothing going. 1-1 now with 2 outs. Verlander. High in the zone, gets him swinging at strike 2. There's another low swing from gets him in the dirt. And an easy start for the Rams, as 4 are up, but 3 are away. Lance Lynn on the mound for the Charing Stags. He faces Alex Verdugo, the first batter for the Rams. Lynn, part of that team that won the title over Briarwood just a few years back. Just a couple years back. We can't emphasize how bizarre last season was for this Charing Stags team. New ballpark, new money, fresh off a championship against what is now a dynasty baseball team. And then injuries just plague them. They're unable to score runs last year, and they get relegated in a playoff just like this, against none other than the Zaxton Serpents. Base hit there for Verdugo. Puts a runner on first, nobody out. And Lance Lynn will now pitch to Christian Arroyo. But speaking of the Generals, that was the first of 3 title games, I should say, that they have appeared in. The third one is next week. So join us next Monday as they face the Zaxton Serpents live from Best Buy Field in the nation's capital. They look to make it back-to-back last year, of course. They did end up winning their second title. 1 out, 1 on. Salvador Perez now for the Rams. Low to Witt Jr. Steps on second and will toss over to first in time for a double play, and that'll end the inning also scoreless with 1 hit. Both teams matching each other through 1. Marcell Ozuna now up to the plate for the Stags. Swings underneath this one. Been the story of the game so far, as another one is fouled back into foul territory. Verlander. Ozuna watches this one outside. It'll be 1-1. Your umpires here at Tonberry Park tonight. Pitch to Ozuna. Inside. Takes that one. 2-1. The first time a Stags batter has been ahead in the count, ahead of Justin Verlander. This one also outside, just barely misses, and Travis d'Arnaud is in the on-deck circle awaiting this one. There's a walk, 5-pitch walk, as Ozuna is now on first base, and Verlander, with nobody out, now faces Travis d'Arnaud. 268 average. Looks to swing that one for the fences, but he's late on that one, and he fouls it back into the first base dugout. Checking Ozuna at first. The pitch. Ahead of it was d'Arnaud. That one fouled away a curveball down the right side of the plate. Pitch from Verlander. Gets him in the dirt, and he won't go. Strikeout swinging is d'Arnaud. So, 1 on, 1 out. Third strikeout for Justin Verlander. And now up for the Stags is Ozzie Albies. Low. Bouncing ball. Gets him at second, not in time for the throw at first. So that'll put 2 away. Albies remains on first on a fielder's choice, and Verlander now faces Orlando Arcia. Arcia started his career with Milwaukee back in the United States. Was part of that fantastic 2018 pennant team. They didn't win the pennant. They lost very closely to the Los Angeles Dodgers, who would go on to lose to the Boston Red Sox in the World Series that year. But Arcia now, behind in the count 0-2. He's got a man on first, but 2 outs. Pitch from Verlander. Underneath it is Arcia, and he strikes out. 4 strikeouts in 2 innings for Justin Verlander. Great start to keep the Rams above water in Tier 1. Adam Duvall now. Pitch from Lynn. Curveball. In the zone. Gets him. Low cutter. Misses the zone. It'll be 1-1 now. Duvall watches that one above the plate. 2-1. Lynn. Fastball. Way ahead of it was Duvall. And now it's 2-2. Nobody on. Nobody out. A high. Swung on. This one will go back by the wall. And off the Crimson Beast now. For a leadoff double is Adam Duvall. And this crowd on their feet here at Tonberry Park as a great start to the inning brings up Justin Turner for the Rams. Runner on second, nobody out. Pulls one down the line. Riley picks it up, guns it to first, and that'll bring 1 away. The runner remains on second. Great throw by Riley. If that ball had been delivered off the bat just 5 miles an hour faster, that was probably a man across the plate for the Rams, but that'll bring up Masataka Yoshida. Pitch from Lynn. Curveball fouled away down the third base line. That side now getting some action from the left-handed Yoshida. Fouled away same spot just behind the third base dugout. It's now 1-2. Runner on second, 1 out. Lynn, the pitch. Curveball was in the zone, but a called ball. And that'll bring up 2-2 as you see Lynn throwing some words at the umpire, but that one to Riley again. Throws to first base for good measure. But 2 balls thrown directly at Lynn. That'll bring up Kike Hernandez for the Rams. Runner on second, now 2 outs, and they still haven't advanced the leadoff double. Lynn. Second pitch to Hernandez is a curveball below the plate. 1-1. Inside, fouled down the first base line. Can Olsen get there in time? No, he cannot. But it's 1-2 with 2 outs for Hernandez. Lance Lynn sitting on 20 pitches. This one lined straight to Arcia. And no damage done despite the leadoff double off the Beast. And that'll bring up the bottom of the order for the Stags. 9th batter, Eddie Rosario. Pitch from Verlander. Straight down the middle, underneath it, Rosario. A lot has been fouled away. Obviously, these Stags batters are swinging for the fences, which has worked for them so far this year when in doubt, but they have those short corners up in Charing at Wells Fargo Park. Don't know how well that's going to work at a park with such weird dimensions as Tonbury. There's a great swing deep. This one way deep. But underneath it in that deep right field is the right fielder, and that'll bring up Michael Harris as a fly out to right field. Brings us back to the top of the order. 1 for 1 so far this game. Fouls this one down the third base line. 1 out, nobody on. Still scoreless after 2. Takes this one inside from Verlander. It's 1-1. Pitch from Verlander. Harris rips this one high down the left field line. But easily there is Yoshida. That'll bring up Bobby Witt with 2 outs and nobody on. Flew out in the first inning. Looking to get the bats going for Charing here in the third. Takes one inside. Slider didn't break the way Verlander wanted it to. He's sitting on 34 pitches here after 2 2/3 innings. This one. High fly ball right behind home plate. And getting there in time will end the inning. So, the sun's still up here in Southandrews. And that'll bring up Tristan Casas for the Rams. 8th batter in the order. He faces Lance Lynn on 21 pitches. Lynn, low fastball, misses the zone. That'll be 1-0. Pitch number 2 to Riley. That is 3 balls batted his direction in only 4 batters. So 1 away. That'll bring up Yu Chang. Pitch to Chang is a curveball in the bottom outside corner. Gets him for strike 1. Low cutter takes that one. And 2 watched pitches results in 2 strikes now for Chang. Lynn delivers low. This one over to Riley, but it's foul. Pitch from Lynn. High fastball fouled away behind home plate. The 0-2. Swung on early, and Chang strikes out. And the first strikeout of the game for Lance Lynn, who has successfully got the batters to hit to his fielders. And that'll bring up the top of the order. Alex Verdugo back up. 1 for 1, had a single in the first inning. Takes a high fastball inside for strike 1. 2 outs, nobody on. In the dirt, brings up 1-1 now. Lynn the pitch. Inside, this one to the second baseman Albies, who rips one at first base as Olsen will put away the third out with a 4-3 ground out, and that'll bring up the Stags. Have 1 hit so far in 3 innings. Austin Riley struck out in the first. Looking to get the bats going for Charing. Still scoreless here after 3. Pulls that one. That one is deep, but it's probably foul the way he's looking at that one, and it is. Had that stayed about 15 feet to the right, that was a home run. This one high again to the opposite side of the field. An easy chase for the right fielder, as that'll be a fly out for Austin Riley. Matt Olson also struck out in the first. Pitch there from Verlander. Low fastball fouled away by Olson. That'll be 0-1 now. Waits on that one. This one deep. Very deep. But this one foul. Great hit down the line. But this one also goes wide of the pole. And he too will fly out. So excellent hitting, or at least contact made by these Stag hitters in the fourth. But nothing going, as everything's either a foul ball or a flyout. Marcell Ozuna now. Swings early on a circle changeup, low in the zone for 0-1 now. Nobody on, there's 2 outs. Verlander gets him with the fastball down the middle. Pitch to Ozuna. Swings on, inside pitch. This will be a ground out easily for the third baseman. And 3 are away, and that'll bring us to the bottom of the fourth. Up for the Rams is Christian Arroyo, 0 for 1. Lance Lynn sitting on 31 pitches going into the fourth. Pitch low, slightly outside, but clean in the zone, taken for strike 1. Arroyo watches that one. High and outside, this will be ball 1. A 1-1 count now. Pitch from Lynn. Straddled the line, but that'll be called ball 2. This one, same spot, a little more inward. This one called for 2-2. Has watched 4 straight pitches now, 2-2 count. Swings on a high one. And the only true ball of the count was swung on and missed, and that's the second strikeout for Lance Lynn. Up for the Rams now, Salvador Perez, 0 for 1. Watches a slider break the zone, 0-1. Pitch from Lynn is just below the plate, 1-1. That one fouled away off the curveball from Lynn. Perez now behind in the count, 1-2. 1 out, nobody on. Swings at a low fastball, fouls this one in the dirt. Count remains 1-2. Lynn. This one fouled away off a curveball. This one ripped to Arcia, but he will be there not in time. This one bounces just before the glove, and that'll be a single for Salvador Perez. As it looked like Arcia should have been there, and it just grazed the grass before it hit his glove, and he tossed it in like a base hit, and so the base hit counts as this one cranked. This one cranked over the monster. The Crimson Beast seeing its first action, Adam Duvall destroys that ball over the fence, and it's now 2-0 with 1 out as Justin Turner enters the plate for the Rams. That one a called ball low in the outside corner. And the crowd strangely silent here at Tonbury after what looks like some firm placement for the team ahead of the rest of the game. We're in the bottom of the fourth. There's the first strike taken by Justin Turner. 3-1. 2-0 ball game. There's 1 out, nobody on. Lance Lynn. 48th pitch is outside, and he walks Turner. Masataka Yoshida lined out to third base in the second inning. Watches a fastball inside for ball 1. Lynn struggling to find the plate after that home run. This one cranked way foul. And the Rams firmly in control of this one. This one fouled to the other side. 1-2. Lynn. Same spot. Fouled away to the same spot. 1-2. High fastball. Check swing by Yoshida. He pulled himself back before the bat even left his shoulder. Another foul ball destroyed by Yoshida. And now after 6 pitches, it's still a 2-2 count. Another foul ball. Yoshida staying alive. Watches this one. Dead down the middle. And a third strikeout for Lance Lynn, as now there's 2 outs and a runner on first for Kike Hernandez. Watches a fastball down the outside post. 1-0. Curveball in the zone. 1-1. Pitch from Lynn. High, fouled away. 1-2 now. High cutter was in the zone, at least on our StatCast, but a called ball. And a check swing puts Kike Hernandez as the next batter to strike out. But the story of the inning was Adam Duvall cranking this home run over the Crimson Monster. And it's 2-0 for the home crowd Rams. And that'll bring up Travis d'Arnaud, struck out in the 2nd inning. Verlander sitting on 43 pitches here to start the 5th inning. Great contact made, and this will drop for a single for Arnaud. Runner on first brings up Ozzie Albies. Watches a curveball to the outside. 1-0. Checks the runner on first. Runner goes. Great hit and run. And this will advance the runner and very likely score from first base. Travis d'Arnaud, and going to third now. And safe is Ozzie Albies. A great deep right field hit and run call, and the lead is now cut to 2-1 with a runner on third in scoring position and no outs for the visiting Charing Stags. Orlando Arcia looking to drop the bunt. Lets that one go in the dirt, but he didn't pull back in time. It's an 0-1 count for Orlando Arcia with a man on third. Verlander checks the runner. Same thing. Drag bunt down the line. Stepping on first to get the easy out, but the runner scores from third. Ozzie Albies is there, and now it's back to a tie game. Nobody on, 1 out, but 2-2 now, as a great start to the inning for the Stags brings up Eddie Rosario at the bottom of the order. Flew out in the 3rd, looking to continue the momentum. Another bunt. This one missed. It'll be strike 1. The third baseman pulled way over. And trying to take advantage of that twice now is Rosario. 0-2 count. Surely he will swing for the next pitch. Verlander. Curveball in the dirt, fouled away by Rosario. Count remains 0-2. Pitch from Verlander is high, doesn't break the way Rosario wanted, and he's behind it for the 5th strikeout for Justin Verlander. Michael Harris now. Singled in the 1st, he's 1 for 2 after 2 at-bats. Nobody on, 2 outs. Not a ton of urgency, but he takes that one inside. A fastball for ball 1. Verlander, his 54th pitch. Swung on, fouled away. 1-1 now for Harris. Pitch from Verlander. High right above the zone. Swung on and missed. That'll be 1-2 now. Harris swinging for the fences. This one deep, but also foul. Just out of the reach of the right fielder there. Count remains 1-2. Swings in the dirt, and throwing to first will result in the 3rd out of the inning. So, after 4.5, the score is now tied, as Charing puts 2 on the board as well, and that'll bring up for the Rams Tristan Casas, but action going on in the bullpen for Charing. Joe Jimenez starting to warm up, and so is Colin McHugh. Expect to see at least one of them relieve Lance Lynn here. Casas, 0 for 1. Lynn sitting on 61 pitches, gave up a 2-run home run over the fence last inning. I suppose every home run has to go over the fence, over the wall is what I intended to say. This one fouled away for strike 2. 1-2 the count. Pitch from Lynn. Inside, check swing, missed on it, and that's strike 3. The 5th strikeout of the game, now tying Verlander. Will bring up Yu Chang. So these pitchers right about on par in terms of pitch count and also in terms of strikeouts. This one high and outside just catches the corner. 1-1 count now for Chang. Chang misses the cutter down the middle. Pitch from Lynn, 1-2. Inside, swung on and missed. And Chang strikes out, and now Lynn leads the game in strikeouts with his 6th. Alex Verdugo back up to the plate. The designated hitter singled in the 1st. Pitch from Lynn. High, but a called strike. 0-1. Pitch to Verdugo. Checks it. Doesn't swing. This went in the dirt. 1-1. Curveball. Swung on and missed. Brings up 1-2. And Lynn hoping to end the inning. 1-2 count. This one fly ball deep, but well foul of the right field foul pole. Count remains 1-2. This one fouled away to the other side down the third baseline. Still 1-2. Pitch from Lynn. Misses the zone. That'll bring up 2-2 with 2 outs. Lynn high tries to get the batter swinging. No such case. It's a full count with 2 outs. Swung on and missed, and the 7th strikeout of the game strikes out the side. A great inning for Lance Lynn. Will likely remain in the game as we enter the 6th inning. Bobby Witt Jr. 0 for 2 so far. And Charing with the momentum. After that one, flies this one way deep, but way foul. Great contact from these batters, just not finding fair territory. Would be much better suited to a cricket match. He swings on and misses there. And behind in the count 0-2 is Bobby Witt. Pitch from Verlander. Fouled away. At the same pace, he's behind Lance Lynn in pitches by about 10. So a great start defensively for Verlander. This one flown out to right field. Should be taken fairly easily. That's where most of the action has been seen for the Rams defenders. Austin Riley now up for the Stags. Pitch from Verlander. Outside, swung on. The slider got Riley swinging. He's also 0 for 2. Underneath this one, fastball down the middle. 0-2. Outside, taken. Ball 1. 1-2 now to Riley. Swung on and missed, and that is the 6th strikeout of the game. 7th strikeout of the game for Justin Verlander. That'll bring up Matt Olson. 0 for 2. Pitch from Verlander. Drag bunt down the line. Questionable call there with 2 outs. The third baseman not too far off the bag either. Not sure what Olson was looking for there. But he swings on this one deep to the wall. But at the track, a fantastic grab by Yoshida. And that puts all 3 batters away, as for the Rams, Christian Arroyo will now lead off in the 6th inning. 2-2 game. Bottom of the 6th, Rams are at home here in Southandrews, hoping to stave off relegation. They face the Charing Stags. hoping to be the third team promoted to Tier 1 for next season. Swung on and missed, brings up 1 and 2 for Christian Arroyo. Sun setting behind first base. Lin now. This one deep, but will fly out to Ozuna as 1 is now away for the Stags. Now up for the Rams, Salvador Perez. Curveball inside the zone rather. Called strike 1. Fastball down the middle. Strike 2 swung on by Perez but missed. The 0-2. Flown high. This one going towards the beast. Ozuna will not be there in time to get it off the wall, and that'll be a double off the Crimson Beast, the second of the game for the Rams. This one, the first for Salvador Perez. Runner on second, 1 out, and that'll bring up Adam Duvall. Now the question is, do you pitch to him? Lin's already sitting on 84 pitches, and it's looking like they will go to the bullpen. And facing the right-handed Adam Duvall will be the right-handed Joe Jimenez. First pitch to Duvall. High slider misses the zone, 1-0. Jimenez hits the bottom outside corner, 1-1. Fastball high in the zone, strike 2. Duvall behind in the count, 1-2 now. The 1-2. Gets him looking at a slider that didn't break as far as he expected it to. And Duvall strikes out looking. And 1 batter faced, 1 batter struck out. Now Joe Jimenez sitting on 4 pitches. 2 outs and a runner on second, trying to get out of the inning without any damage for the Charing Stags. This one low in the dirt. Fastball to Justin Turner, 1-0. Turner fouls this one away for 1-1. Another foul ball, this one down the first base line. 1-2 behind in the count is Turner. Jimenez closes the inning with 2 strikeouts. 2 batters faced and an excellent start to his night of pitching if he returns to the mound next inning. So the score remains 2-2 after 6. A great relegation battle here in Southandrews. The Charing Stags. 5th in their order is Marcel Ozuna, 0 for 1. Swings on, deep to center field, but not quite to the warning track, is an easy catch for the center fielder. Travis D'Arnaud singled and scored earlier this game. He's 1 for 2. Catches a low slider by Verlander, but flies this one out to center field as well. 2 away now. Verlander only sitting on 69 pitches. Ozzy Albies had a deep triple, scored an RBI and a run his last at-bat. 2 outs, nobody on. Albies behind that one. Swings on that one. And this one breaking the zone to the opposite side now. A standing double for Ozzy Albies. He now has a triple and a double as he's 2 for 3 in this one. Orlando Arcia now with 2 outs and a runner on second, hoping to get the go-ahead run. And he drops that one to the outfield. Albies is coming home. And they're in time! The go-ahead run for the Charing Stags. Ozzy Albies scores from second base on the left field single by Orlando Arcia. Let's watch this one again. Questionable call to send Albies home, but he's got the speed, and the throw was just that far off of home plate. And a cleanly missed tag. Albies scores, and it's 3-2, 3 straight runs now as the Stags lead the home team, Southandrews Rams. A deep hit by Rosario. But this one will fly out to center. 3 straight flies out to center. Will put away the Stags. Both teams 5 hits, but 3 runs ahead of 2 now for Charing. As in the bottom of the 7th, they lead the Southandrews Rams. Masataki Yoshida, 0 for 2, faces Joe Jimenez, who has struck out 2 batters on 8 pitches. Another strike for Jimenez, 0-1. Great pitch, slider high, called strike 2. Low in the zone, this one finally contact made by a Rams batter as Jimenez faces his first batter, who is put out by something other than a strikeout. Yoshida thrown out at first by the shortstop Witt Jr. Kike Hernandez now, nobody on, 1 out. He's 0 for 2, struck out and lined out earlier in his 2 previous at-bats. Jimenez. Slider low in the zone for called strike 1. High fastball gets Kike Hernandez swinging, 0-2 now. High circle change misses the zone. It'll be 1-2. And this one down the line should just miss foul. Would have been a great potential double for Kike Hernandez. Looks to send this one to the same spot, but this one fouled into the stands. 1-2 remains the count. Pitch to Hernandez, high, 2-2 the count. And the entertainment team of the Rams hoping to do everything they can to wake up this quiet Tonberry crowd, but the fans in Southandrews are just silent after 3 straight runs given up as Hernandez now flies away to Harris in center field. So 2 are away. That'll bring up Tristan Casas, also 0 for 2, struck out and grounded out in his 2 previous at-bats. Sitting on 19 pitches now is Joe Jimenez. Has not let a man on base. This one fouled away for strike 1. Another foul, this one into the catcher, 0-2. High fastball misses the zone, 1-2. Great start to the game for Jimenez. Gets a slider to just break the plane. And an excellent call there, as that one was cleanly a strike. And Ryan Brazier will relieve Justin Verlander as we enter the top of the 8th inning. Michael Harris, top of the order for the Stags. The pitch from Brazier. Outside the zone, taken for ball 1. A slider didn't break. Missed wide at 86 miles an hour. It's a 1-0 count to Harris. Taken inside the zone. 95 fastball, 1-1 remains the count. Pitch from Brazier. Outside the zone, grounded to third, should be an easy put away as Harris hustles, but not in time. He's put away at first base. 1 out now. That'll bring up Bobby Witt Jr., 0 for 3. The pitch from Brazier. High in the zone. This one. To second. Great spin, great play. And a 4-3 put out. Brings up Austin Riley with nobody on and 2 outs. He's also 0 for 3. Last struck out in the 6th. Swings on a pitch way wide of the zone. Slider broke all the way to Briarwood. 0-1 the count. Inside, takes a sinker for 1-1. Zach Kelly and Richard Blyer in the bullpen for the Rams. As now on his 7th pitch, Brazier. Taken by Riley deep. This one will drop short of the center fielder for a single bounce single. Riley moves to first base. 1 on, 2 outs for Matt Olson. Swings early on this one. Try to take that one to the house. Unable to do so. 0-1. And they have the lead, but it'd be nice to have some breathing room. As the Stags up 3-2. 2 outs. Still have to face the defense twice. And that'll end the inning a high strikeout for Matt Olson. Coming into the game for the Stags is Colin McHugh. Will face Yu Chang, bottom of the order. He is 0 for 2 for the Rams. Crowd trying to give this team some momentum. Questionable call low below the zone, but a called strike 1. Second pitch to Chang. Checks his swing. That's a fastball high. 0-2 behind in the count. McHugh. The delivery. This one fouled away, a high cutter. 0-2 remains the count. Chasing it was Chang, but didn't deliver on the swing. Checks his swing in time, and it's 1-2 now. Fifth pitch coming up for McHugh. This one fouled away. Pitch from McHugh. High. Chang. Checks his swing successfully again. Count now 2-2. After 6 pitches. The 7th. Slider misses the zone. It's a full count as Alex Verdugo warms up in the on-deck circle. Pitch for McHugh. Swung on, fouled away. What will be a 9-pitch at bat as Chang is walked on the 9th. Excellent battle. He was down in the count 0-2 and is walked after a full count. Brings up Alex Verdugo with a man on first, and dangerous territory now defensively for the Stags. High slider misses for McHugh. The pitch. Ground to Albies. Albies. Witt. Olson. Excellent double play puts them back in control of this one. And a 4-6-3 double play brings up Christian Arroyo, who's 0 for 3 in this one. And desperation starting to sink in for the Southandrews Rams. Slider breaks the zone. 0-1 to Arroyo. The pitch, fouled away. Into his own dugout. Curveball fouled away. Count remains 0-2 now. The pitch to Arroyo. Slider breaks hard outside the zone. First ball of the at-bat brings up 1-2 with 2 outs. Arroyo drills this one to an empty center field. And on a few hops, this will bounce to the center fielder Harris for a clean single. Arroyo has his first hit of the game. Salvador Perez, 2 for 3 now, with a runner on first base, 2 outs. Flies this one into the stands behind home plate. This one flown deep, but this will miss the foul pole and drop into the stands just left of left field. 0-2. Slider doesn't break. Ball 1 to Perez. The 1-2. Swings on, foul. Checked his swing, but it's enough to not be a bunted strike 3. Slider outside, 2-2 the count. Pitch swung on and missed, and that'll end the inning. We enter the 9th, and desperation now for both teams, but specifically for the home team, the Southandrews Rams, who are a run behind going into the final inning at home and face relegation for the first time in nearly 10 years. Pitch from Brazier. Low slider missed by Ozuna. He's 0 for 2. And if you're sharing, you want a couple extra runs just to pad this for security, and this one ripped down the left field line, but at the fence is Yoshida, who pulls this one away for the first out. Travis D'Arnaud, 1 for 3 this game. Pitch from Brazier. This one, fly ball. And getting to it not quite in time. The catcher lets this one bounce, and it'll be 0-1 in the count for D'Arnaud. High fastball swung on and missed. And if you're this Charing squad, you have to be satisfied with how you played so far. Swung on and missed is strike 3 for D'Arnaud, and now 2 are away. Ozzy Albies has had an excellent game so far. He's 2 for 3 with a triple and a double, both off the fence. And looking to pad his stats for this one. Lets that one below the zone, called strike 1. Albies swung on, breaks the zone, and now he has his single. If he were given another chance, maybe he'd hit for the cycle. But at 3 and 4, Albies is the only man on base for Orlando Arcia with 2 outs. Not a power hitter, but you certainly like to think that a home run would make this Charing squad feel pretty good right now, as they seek to return to Tier 1 after what was a horrendous season last year. Failing to defend their championship, not only by not winning the championship again, but not even staying in Tier 1. They hope to return next season. They have the lead to do so. Sinker taken inside by Arcia, 1 and 2. 1 on, 2 outs. He himself is 1 for 2. Pitch from Brazier. Outside the zone, brings up 2 and 2. '22nd pitch from Ryan Brazier. Swung on. This one down the line, but foul as a diving play made by the right fielder. Not in time as this one bounces foul. Still 2 and 2, 2 outs, 1 on. Pitch inside to Arcia, swung on and fouled away. Stays alive. What could be the last pitch for the season is a strikeout. And now 1 down. Adam Duvall. Nobody on, nobody out. He leads this Rams team ahead of potential relegation. First pitch, a slider. In the zone, but a called ball 1. Pitch for McHugh. Duvall swung on, and he has a second one. Same spot. Over the Crimson Beast. And he ties this one, is now in potential winning position. Justin Turner, 0 for 2 this game. And you have to believe they're bringing in Minter. Barely a few tosses. They didn't think they'd need him. But it's a 3-3 game. And the Rams have this game in their back pocket. Nobody on, nobody out. All they need is a runner to score, and this game is over. Turner now behind in the count, 0-2. Minter to save what has been so far a very successful season. This one grounded to Albies. Albies ripping one to Olsen. In time, beats Turner at first. 1 out. Masataka Yoshida played well defensively, has struggled on offense. He's 0 for 3. Could he be the hero that Southandrews needs? He takes one at his feet, 0-1. Pitch from Minter. High and outside, strike 1. This one grounded to Albies as well. 2 outs. That'll bring up Kike Hernandez, who is being pulled for Rob Refsnyder. Rob Refsnyder will be the pinch hitter, batting .307 on the year, subbing in for Kike Hernandez. A run wins the game, and keeps Southandrews in Tier 1 for next season. Low fastball. Brings up 1-1 now. Minter. This one deep. This one deep, but not deep enough. Ozuna at the track is there. And everyone in Charing who's watching this game can breathe easily. As both teams 3 runs, both teams 7 hits, and we head to extra innings. Josh Winskowski, 15 games last season, a 5-7 record, faces Eddie Rosario, who's 0 for 3. The go-ahead runner automatically on second. Rosario rips this one to center field. Rounding third. Going home. The go-ahead run for Charing. Fumbled by the catcher and an easy run to go ahead in extra innings puts Charing now up 4-3 as the game is back in their hands. They are desperate to be promoted. Michael Harris, runner on second, nobody out. Swings early on this one, fouls it down first base. Winskowski on 2 pitches has already blown the lead. This one fouled away again. Great start to the inning for Charing. Now keep in mind, Southandrews will also automatically get a runner on second. Inside, slider swung on and missed as Harris looks silly in the zone. Bobby Witt Jr. 0 for 4. Definitely the batter that Southandrews wants to face defensively right now. Takes that one outside for strike 1 as it barely catches the zone. Winskowski. Ground ball to the shortstop. And Witt will end, presumably, this game 0-5. Austin Riley with 2 outs and a runner on second. He's 1 for 4. Singled in the 8th. We're in the top of the 10th. Excellent relegation game. You couldn't have drawn it up any better for both of these squads. Heartbreak faces one. And brutal satisfaction faces the other. Right now, the satisfaction is in the hands of the Charing Stags. Austin Riley sits with a runner on second. They have the 1-point lead. There's 2 outs, but he's ahead in the count 2-1. Takes that one in the zone. It's 2-2 now. Pitch from Winskowski. Outside, gets him on the slider, Riley. Eddie Rosario, though. A leadoff double. Puts the Stags in winning position. Tristan Casas, 0 for 3, has a runner on second. AJ Minter remains on the mound with just 9 pitches. Season on the line for Southandrews. Cutter in the zone, taken for strike 1. Mintas. Same spot. Same look. Warming up, if necessary, in the bullpen for the Rams, Blyer and Kelly have not yet been pulled into this game. Pitch to Casas, 0-2. Swung on. This one in the outfield. Rounding third will not be sent home. Runners remain on first and third, but an excellent start to the inning as Connor Wong, the pinch runner now on third base. Yu Chang, 0 for 2. Minter. High. Looks like it broke the zone, but called ball 1. Both teams breathing desperately in nervous anticipation. Outside the zone, a 3-0 count to Yu Chang. Pitch from Minter. In the zone, barely. Keeps the batter alive. Or rather, keeps the batter off the bases, but it didn't matter, as that is a 5-ball walk And that'll bring up Alex Verdugo with bases loaded, nobody out, season on the line. An outfield single presumably wins the game. Inside edge for strike one. Dangerous place to be in for A.J. Minter. This one flown away. Fouled away, rather, for 0-2. Minter. Picking his spots well, but not quite well enough. That is ball one. In the zone. Strikeout. Straight down the middle. Alex Verdugo is away. One out. Bases still loaded. Christian Arroyo singled in the eighth. That's his only hit so far this game. Pitch for Minter. High fastball. Misses the zone. 1-0. Another one. Same spot. 2-0. Pitches right down the middle. Taken. 2-1. This one. Deep to Harris. Deep to Harris. And this one is over. This one is over. That's the game. And on a walk-off double, the Southandrews Rams will remain in Tier 1. And heartbreak for the Charing Stags, as what was an excellent game, bottom of the 10th inning, all they needed was that open area of center field, and this one is over. From Tonberry Park in Southandrews, the Rams stave off relegation. They will stay in Tier 1 next season, and the Charing Stags, at least one more year, back down in Tier 2. An excellent game by both squads. The win goes to Josh Winskowski. The loss to A.J. Minter. As the Rams stay up and the Stags stay down. Thank you for joining us here. Join us next Monday. The championship in Swiss top-tier baseball between the Zaxton Serpents and the hometown defending champion Briarwood Generals will be right here. We will see you next week.